Good afternoon. Today we have this Electrolux side-by-side fridge. The customer's complaint is that the fridge is not cooling properly. I'll show you the model and serial number first. This is the model and serial number first. If you ever see your fridge is not cooling, the first thing you want to do is you have to take the kick plate off. It's held by a couple of screws. You remove all of those screws off, and then you have to look at your condenser coils. The condenser coils are completely plugged. If your condenser coils are looking like that, your cooling system is not going to work properly. It's not going to work the way it's supposed to, so it's going to cause a lot of issues. If your condenser coils are clean and it's still not cooling properly in the fridge compartment, then that means you have leak in the system or Freon is low on it. And usually you will see a little bit of frost here. You see this frost? Similar to this, you will see it across only one line or maybe halfway, and then that's all. And then if that's the case, the customer's complaint also will be that it's also freezing the food inside of the fridge, even if they have it on the lower setting, because we have less Freon and it really confuses the temperature sensor here. So because of that, you will also have freezing issue. If your frost looks like this, or a little bit lower or a little bit more but not fully, you're supposed to have good frost here until here, from the start all the way here. If you don't see that, then that means you most likely have problem with the Freon. You have to replace the evaporator, heat exchanger, dryer filter, and that takes care of the problem. So if your condenser coils are looking like this, it's completely plugged. You have to clean it, and then after that the unit should work fine. If the unit is still not working after cleaning of that, when you clean it, you have to wait for 24 hours. If the unit is still not working, then that's the time you have to replace these parts. Like the heat exchanger, the part number is this is the heat exchanger. This is the dryer filter. It's not the original from Electrolux, but you can always use this 4007. It's a universal one. I prefer this one. It's way better than the manufacturer one. And of course the evaporator, this is the part number. You're gonna add this heat exchanger into the evaporator, and of course the dryer filter can be installed from the back. You have to prepare your flooring protection here. I have ram board that I use it in front of the unit. The trim piece comes out, and then you pull the unit out and work on it from there. Of course, you will have all your refrigeration equipment in here. You also want to make sure that you ask the customer if they have carbon monoxide or the smoke detector that may go off. If it's going to call the fire department, you may want to talk to them to disable it before you start your work, because you're going to have some smoke, and you do not want the fire department to showing up in the customer house. This is the back panel, the inside. You're going to remove the shelvings. Everything needs to come off. You want to keep the fridge door empty too, because there's a chance when you pull the unit out, it may tip and damage the countertop or damage the door. You do not want to take your chances on it. And you also want to remove this shelf to make your job easier. Just remove it and put it on the side. You want to use a couple different blankets on the floor here, there, and even in this area, because you're going to have a lot of bits and pieces laying around. Your vacuum, the Freon bottle, the gauges, everything is going to come on the floor. So it's a good idea to always use protection on the countertop, on the flooring. And of course this ram board, you can buy it from hardware stores. I have this duct tape that I hold it on the floor, and after that you can start your work. It's very easy to do this. I do not want to make a full video because I have a long day. I have other customers on a schedule to take care, but when I get a chance, eventually I will make a video on one of these and show you the whole procedure. Also to show you that the rust buildup here is not good. In order to stop this from getting worse, you cannot stop the rust or you cannot clean it, but if you use a wire brush or something, do a good cleanup, and then after that you can use a caulking gun or silicone to reseal this area. You do not want to add too much silicone, because if you add too much silicone, then the water is going to come inside. So you just want to seal this area, the rest area. I would say start from here, go all the way there. That will help the rest to stop. And in order to remove the evaporator, there's this styrofoam. You want to mark it down with a marker, this area, and for this one, mark it down here, because when you put your evaporator back in, you don't know where they go and you may have problems. So of course the heating element also gets pulled out from the bottom of the evaporator and gets installed into the new one. And then of course, to make your job easier, I would even remove my evaporator fan completely, disconnect everything. That way everything is going to go smoothly here. The job is done. It has been about 3 minutes. You can see frost is building up here. It's going to go back and forth all the way down.